How you going, you big bloody beautiful bastards? Here's me face. Not a lot to say for this intro. After making my video last week interviewing Ukrainian Aussie man viewers about the war that's going on over there, I then received emails from Russian Aussie man viewers. Just a couple of Russians that watch Aussie man, and they were also keen to talk about everything. So let's not piss fart about. Here's my interview with Russian civilians. I'm just going to start with the same question that I asked the Ukrainian Aussie Man viewers the other day when I interviewed them, which is, although there's been lots of previous actions and signals that Vladimir Putin and the Russian military might do this, might go into Ukraine, how shocking and surprising has it been for you guys to see it? I'll start with you, Maria.
Yeah, well, that's true that even though, like, Russian regime is a kind of hybrid. So we're basically we're authoritarian, but we also imitate certain democratical institutes and everything. And so, and mostly we're the power, the government, they're using mostly the propaganda to control people. And nobody could expect, because we thought like, okay, he's got everything. He has the control over elections, and he's got the perfect financial situation in terms of before the war, of course. So they had literally everything, and they brought the troops there. So it was not quite clear whether that was the blackmailing or something, and that was a bluff, or that was a really attempt to attack. And what we've seen for the last 20 years, the majority of things they're doing is kind of bluff. It's something they're pretending to do something to gain something in return. So honestly, I didn't pay attention at all, even though there were certain signals that this time it's for real. And I was so sure that nothing was going to happen after all. I think that many of us just prefer to think that it's not going to happen, because that's a horrible situation we have right now.
And what about you? Dan? How shocking and surprising has it been for you to see this happening now?
Well, to be honest, when I woke up that morning, I was completely, utterly shocked, because, of course, we knew about these troops on the border and so on, but to see that this happens in real life, that troops are getting into another country in Europe, pretty big one, with history that we shared and still is sharing. Well, I was utterly shocked, to be honest, and what else to say here? I mean, man, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. I mean, it is always ambiguous, but the war never solves problems. It only creates more.
I'm finding a massive part of the conversation around this war is the information side of it, and what information you guys might be getting in Russia. Did you know quite fast that this was happening and that it is an invasion? They're going into as many cities as possible. Did uncensored footage circulate on vk.com or platforms there? How fast did information hit you, and what information are you getting?
Well, actually, that was really fast. On 22nd February, Putin has his historical speech. That was so batshit crazy. I don't know how to say it, because what he was saying, that sounds like the guy lost his shit. I don't know. That was horrifying, really, because basically what he said is Ukraine is not a country at all. And the worst part is that, again, normally I always thought that what they're saying, that just something like words just to be told, and they do not actually believe this. And the scariest part was that he actually believes in the things which he is saying, and he's gonna act in line with his beliefs. And that was shocking. And when I woke up, of course, I had the push from Medusa, because this is like the news outlet in Russia. They were forced to leave the country back in 2014 or 15, I'm not sure. And they're located in Latvia, but still it's like really, really popular. And also, like, we are from the opposition, therefore our sources of information are all like displaying the more or less unbiased pictures, unlike the official media. The like also important source of information, I guess, is Nefta. Those guys were coordinating protests in Belarus in 2020, and they had like this huge audience. So they are like 2 million, like no, 1.6 million, I think now, their subscribers. And they are working with the fast information. So they just receive video or something and they post it. And therefore you could just like open your Telegram channel, and then you can see all the video of the bombing, which happened 20 minutes ago in Ukraine. You can literally go there, you can see everything. So you can see the dead bodies, you can see the buildings totally destroyed, you can see the video of the bombing, like anything.
Dan, you have similar sources of information to Maria.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Like Telegram is all about it. Like we get the information in real time if we want. I mean, yeah.
What about on a larger scale, Dan? Like you've got mainstream TV, I suppose, and that's where predominantly the propaganda is. So is that hitting an older generation of people? Is it that kind of divide where younger Russians are accessing truth and older Russians are accessing propaganda? Is that accurate in any way?
Yeah, because older generations, they are kind of brainwashed. Do you know what I mean? So they only watch TV and they listen to what TV say. They all think, like, basically, I heard from several old guys here that I've been founded by MI6 or CIA for attending rallies here, basically. So yeah. So after we finished, I want to know the name of Australian special services. So I have new foundings. Do you know what I mean?
Well, if any, yeah.
Я за Путина.
Я хочу вам показать несколько...
Я за Путина.
Я поняла.
Даже не буду смотреть фотографии.
Ну вот.
Да, Киев никто не бомбит, я этому не верю.
Превентивный удар, он всю жизнь, да, тысячи жизней, это правда, это горько, это больно. А что вы прикажете делать? Ждать, пока на нас нападут?
Наши все там, Украина, Белоруссия.
Но это же произошло. Почему?
Почему?
Так случилось?
Не знаю, по новостям другое говорят. Я не слышу, что Путин ввел войска специально для войны.
И какая у нас будет Родина, вот, и, если мы все будем трусами.
Well, I just wanted to add, yes, you're right that mostly people of older age, they watch TV, and younger people, they just stopped doing this for lots of time ago. But they started also monopolizing internet as well, and they have their own more sophisticated propaganda channels. So the people who are working there, they're presenting a bit more complicated messages, because in propaganda, in TV outlets, they mostly use emotions. So they're just producing hate to all the world. So everybody hates Russia. Everybody wants to grab something from our great country. So they're just threatening, and they produce the hate. So they're like, we are the great country, and everyone is jealous for us, and etc. So they are just, I don't know, maybe for me it sounds like victim mentality. That's what they are producing. And in Telegram channels, like for example, because part of them are propagandistic as well, but they're not doing propaganda. They're just, it's more well, they're providing the ideas which are logical, more logical. So, like they may say, like that would be beneficial for us to do so. And people who are just like want to be smart and they're just want to be like practical, realistic, they are like, oh, okay, yeah, we need to, like, this kind of cynical approach, but they're like, okay, we need to dominate there to get something. Yeah, that might be okay. Well, they're not all of them. They are proven the war with Ukraine and the invasion, but they are like more. Well, we need this.
Do you guys think that the information war from the Russian government, from Putin, has kind of gone on a long time before this? And I'm talking from my perspective, where I've seen a lot of pro-Putin stuff in my news feeds around like all of the social platforms that we use in the Western countries, where it's like, he's a strong leader, he's a strong man, there's remixes of funny stuff with him. What I think is like putting him in a positive light. And of course, Donald Trump was, praising him for like 4 or 5 years there.
Putin even sent me a present. Beautiful present.
I went to Russia with the Miss Universe pageant. He contacted me and was so nice.
I spoke with President Putin, who could not have been nicer.
What exactly is your relationship with Vladimir Putin? I have no relationship with Putin.
Do you have a relationship with Vladimir Putin?
I do have a relationship.
Do you think that's all been part of a bigger information war that's been intentional from the Russian government side? It's a bit tinfoil hatty. I know I'm getting my tinfoil hat on, but I just feel like, has the information war gone on for a long time before this to help put Putin in a positive light so he can murder people?
Oh, definitely.
Well,
yes.
I think it's quite of conspiracy. I mean, of course, there was propaganda, but I personally don't think that literally guys from whatever channel get paid from our special services. I think it's a bit more complicated than just Colonel coming with the dollars and say that Putin is great. No, I don't think that works so, but yeah, still there is a lot of pro-Putin propaganda.
I guess I'm thinking from the perspective of hearing about Russian bots and click farms on social media. Are those the things you guys have heard of or that you know exist up there? Or
that's true. That's 100% true. They actually have these bot farms, like they say, and there is like one person managing 100 accounts and going from one account to another and posting their comments. And this is done to like create a false majority, because people tend to join to the majority. So if there is some opinion and everyone supports it, so people tend to join them. And that's why they created these farms. I think they did it in 2014, more or less, and they start posting the like similar topics. And they've been working on that system like for 8 years. And well, that's a big deal. Like actually, it's huge.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that they started to create those bot farms after, I think, Bolotnaya Square rallies in 2000.
Yeah, I think so.
2012.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's a very important event in modern Russian history. The Bolotnaya Square rally. If someone of your viewers want to get a little bit into modern Russian history, they should Google Bolotnaya Square rally or something. Yeah.
I'm just going to let Leo into the chat. So another Russian citizen is showing up through our conversation. So let's admit him to the chat. I don't think he's got a microphone or a camera on there. We'll just... Oh, there's A. Connecting to audio. ... Suspenseful updates here. All right, we'll let him keep working on it while we continue chatting. And then if you just jump in whenever you want, Leo, whenever you're ready. What do you guys personally think will stop Putin from continuing this war?
Well, I can see only one option. So and it's not, well, I think that well, he's either not gonna be stopped or someone kills him. Like really, that's my feeling so far. And well, people can, I don't know, because he is, you may see from all the videos we've seen that he is so afraid for his life, because all the people, all the ministries, or all the guys, he like fucked up literally, because they lost everything because of that. They like everything they've been working for is gone because of this invasion, and they are really unhappy, and they're loyal only because they're afraid to be imprisoned and treated as traitors. And so they're really, and he keeps them at 10-meter distance.
Yeah.
So if you have seen these tables, long tables, and that's the personal security. I'm pretty sure, like he understands that it's not the first time when the leader was just killed with someone who surrounds him.
What really concerns me is that there is no particular goal in this war, because like if you want to achieve something, to complete a task, you need to have a particular goal, like not just earn money, but like earn 1 million, for example, like, or whatever. So there is no particular goal, like take this city and then this, then this, then this. They just say to us, at least, they just say we're denazificating, I mean, Ukraine, we're trying to defend civilians, but there is no particular goal. Like for example, if you want to defend civilians, there should be some steps, like for example, control Lugansk or Donetsk. Okay, they're now controlled. What else? What now? What's now? We don't know, and I'm not sure if they know, because we don't hear any particular specific goals.
You know, it's like someone in the fight, like in personal, I don't know, with a spouse or whatever, with a partner or whatever, and you just want to prove you're right, and you do not think about the means, about anything. You're just fighting, just to fight and win. And it feels for me what is going on now, and that's like at any cost, I'll throw there more soldiers. I don't care about, well, they are not trying to kill civilians. This is one thing which is good. That's the only thing they're saying which is true, is that they're not targeted on the civilians at all.
We're seeing civilian deaths though. Like what's Ukraine reporting? Over 700 civilian deaths and things like that. And I mean, I'm seeing videos where a dad and his son went to retrieve their 3 dogs, and the dad and the 2 dogs die on the road.
Не умирай, пожалуйста. Я тебя прошу. Не умирай. Вирвемося. Не дергайся, пап. Не дергайся. Що? Да ну, пап, я не зможу цього зробити.
So do you think those are misfires, or some of the soldiers in the
So
army?
it's not that this is misfire. It's that the military facilities sometimes are located in the residential area or next to them, and the missiles they are using, well, not all of them are as precise and accurate, obviously. And if they were targeted on people or residential buildings, of course there would be more victims, much more. They are not trying to kill people. They really they think that they are like saving them. They believe in this.
I mean, exactly now, I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing. I mean, like, they know that they are in Ukraine, but I really doubt that they try to kill civilians, because it's nonsense. It's just... Sorry?
Oh, there's Leo.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me? I didn't press. Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if what you heard we were talking about the Russian soldiers, and if they know they're there, or if they're as genuinely confused as they look in some of the videos, and whether or not they're targeting civilians. What do you think?
I think it really depends on the part of the army that we are speaking about. Like, artillery or Air Force, they are knowing what they're doing. They are professionals, but the infantry guys, most of them probably just signed the contracts to make it seem like they are professionals. But we have a conscription army, you know that, right? So most of the times, I served in the army as well. Most of the times, you are a general. You go to a conscript. You give him a contract, and you tell him to sign it. You are not asking him to. You are telling him to. And then, bam, you are sent right into a conflict. It happened before. Privates, you know, like lower ranks, they probably just signed the contract and was sent like 2 days ago, for example, something like that. So I think some of the videos of captured soldiers are really showing genuine confusion and fear that they have been sent to something that they did not sign up to.
И мне становится реально стыдно за то, что мы пришли на эту страну, ну, на эту территорию, на территорию Украины. Просто вот сейчас женщина нам рассказывала, да, случай, она стоит и плачет. Мне просто стыдно реально за это. Я не знаю, почему мы так поступили. Ну, вернее, догадываюсь, потому что мы мало знали, мало думали своей головой, в конце концов. Просто вот реально принесли горе на эту землю.
What I meant is that it's not that Ukrainians are bombing their own cities, is that there is a fight, and there may be military facilities inside the cities. And while Russian missiles are targeted at the military, they also crush something around the residential buildings around as well, because you can't be that precise. And also, Ukrainian army also backfires, and therefore there will be also damage to the buildings. This is possible in the war, and basically this is something you would expect. And it doesn't matter whose missile was that, who caused the problem. The problem is from the aggressor. So you cannot just stay and wait and do not defend yourself.
What you're talking about is realistic, you know, and this is why us as all civilians consider war as horror and fucking hate it, is because it becomes one big messy thing where you know, guys are going to be losing their minds like in this war. I suppose we're talking on a relatively interesting day about this, what we're now on, because there's been news of a not a treaty, a ceasefire for a humanitarian corridor to let Ukrainian citizens out. And I think there's the odd news report of like Russian soldiers potentially not doing that. So I guess it's a really interesting conversation right now on this day, as there's meant to be these corridors for civilians to get out.
В Ірпені було вбито родину. Чоловіка, жінку і 2 дітей. Прямо на дорозі, як в тирі, коли вони намагалися просто вийти з міста, щоб врятуватись, цілу родину. Скільки таких родин в Україні загинуло? Ми не пробачимо. Ми не забудемо. Ми покараємо кожного, хто скоїв звірства на цій війні, на нашій землі. Знайдемо кожну сволоту, яка стріляла по нашим містам, по нашим людям, яка бомбила нашу землю, яка запускала ракети, яка давала наказ і нажимала на пуск. Вам не буде жодного тихого місця на цій землі, окрім могили.
How do you see this war ending, Leo? Is it through sanctions and protests, those things combined? Is it through the death of Putin? What do you think works?
I think everything works right now. Every kind of pressure on the current regime, it is doing its thing. But I have a position that it's mainly in the hands of a current elites, because like one man cannot hold such power. Our regime is quite an unstable one, despite the imagery that it's like the most stable thing ever, that's going to last forever. So I think it's probably going to end with a humanitarian catastrophe as it is going now. because people are losing their sources of income, they are losing their savings, they are losing their homes sometimes. Meanwhile, they are not being successful in the insane operation that they have made up. They are losing their position. From what it seems, they really hope to have a very safe victory, and the brave Ukrainian people just told them, like, no, you are not going past that line, basically. So I think the war is gonna end. I'm not gonna tell you how soon it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen sooner than the regime expecting it. It's probably gonna be a romantic story how the awful regime fell from grace, losing all its allies and all its people and all its control, and it's just madness after the madness after the madness with the light at the end. That's something I'm imagining right now.
Have you been out to the protests yourself, mate? Are you already at that 10,000k ruble fine level, where the next level is prison?
Yeah. I'm taking legal action right now to have it revoked, because of course it wasn't fair. I mean, well, my story kind of goes like, I was on the protest like on the second day of it. No, sorry, I got arrested on the fourth day of the protest. So like, I was there for like 4 hours. We went to basically our city's main government building. And saw the police from far away, like going towards us. Not the riot police, huge trucks, the small police buses. And when you see that kind of a vehicle rushing towards you on an empty street, you know they are arresting just everybody. Literally everyone got fined. They did not have any defense. Most of the judges were sympathetic to us, but they had to fine us. It's probably what we got pushed down on them from above, something like that.
Yeah.
It was quite a shit show. Sorry, it's not allowed to swear here.
Oh, you can fucking swear. No fucking worries. Yeah, fucking swear
fuck,
away, fucking
fuck
Leo.
me.
Not a fucking problem at all.
Yeah, so I was just like standing in the courtroom and was like just thinking like, fuck me, mate, bruh. That's fucking awful.
And what city? What
yeah, I'm from
city
St. Petersburg.
Oh, St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
I wasn't going to say what city everyone was in, but you guys are welcome to say it at your own accord. I'm not having that on my conscience. So yeah, you say it if you want.
I mean, our city is quite large. There are like 7 million right now living here, so not too much to worry about, you know.
No, the point is that the police in St. Petersburg, they are crazy. They're literally like they're like, I don't know, it's like Chechnya or something. They're really brutal. So
we have some.
Moscow, it's like, we'll just find you, okay.
We have some brutal arrests here.
In St. Petersburg, it's disaster.
I mean, I've seen police violence quite a few times. They really are very brutal. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Are you going to keep protesting, Leo, or are you deterred now? Are you done?
I am determined to help in some way. I can do it right now because if I get caught twice, I'm probably gonna get 30 days of arrest. I cannot afford that because work and stuff, you know, gotta keep me living somehow. But I am gonna help in some other ways, like sending food to the guys that are confined in police departments. That was a very helpful thing. Maybe make some calls, make some donations because I have enough money to do so. Yeah, so like general helping stuff, of course, some internet coverage, like talking to people. I'm gonna help. If my charges are gonna be lifted, you know, you're gonna find me in the streets because this is not something you just sit idly through. It's such a terrible thing that's happening to my country, to my neighbor's country. I mean, I have brothers from Ukraine, not literally, but they are part of my world, and I really love them, and I don't want them to suffer through it, and I don't want my country to suffer through such economic disaster. That's not something you just can sit through. It's something you have to take action to fight against.
I'll finish on a question that I did ask the Ukrainian Aussie Man viewers the other day, which is, I thought it was a dumb question at the time because they're living day by day, but I don't know. There's something real about the question too. So I'll start with you, Dan. What are your plans from this point? Like, what do you plan to do? Do you plan to stay in Russia as the economic situation gets worse, or do you think about leaving? Just what are your plans?
I'm on the same page as Leo. I think that we shall support people here in these dark days to go through those dark days. I'm not sure about leaving I can afford staying here in a while, even if something really bad will happen with economics. I plan to support somehow my neighbors. I mean, everybody here. Yeah, that's my plan.
What about you, Maria?
Well, I'm thinking that's the breaking point when I started thinking of immigration to leave the country, because before I was like, no, we're gonna fight, we still have elections, we can try, we can sometimes win and everything. And then I thought like, okay, I can still work, have a proper job, make some money. And now I think like, oh, that's way too much. What we're gonna do, because I can see all the consequences from the economic perspective. I believe that it's not gonna be safe as an unemployment rate in Russia. And also, I wanted to mention one thing about the new laws, new regulation, which was imposed because of all these situations. Well, if you're calling the special operation the war, in any like post on your Facebook, I'm not sure about Facebook, but whatever, if you call it a war, they can send you to prison, or you can say like impose sanctions or whatever, or you say any not official information, any information about the Russian troops, which contradicts the official version, you may be sent to prison until 15 years.
Russian officials do not use the word invasion, using the term special operation instead.
Leo, what about yourself? What are your plans at the moment? You spoke a little bit about it, you want to keep helping, but do you see a point where you would leave Russia, or are you staying?
Yeah, of course. My plan right now is do everything I can in the legal space of things. Once it's open violence, or that I have to break the law that I consider morally not right, that's kind of like a breaking point. I mean, I have a plan for migration right now, which I can enact at any moment, because the situation is quite dire. We are in the heart of darkness right now. I have 10 friends that are serving time in jail right now. I mean, it's not a happy place right now, but we have to keep fighting. We have to keep doing everything we can to change the situation. We have to improve our world together. Like, everyone here that is speaking to you right now is a fighter, quite so, but we do have to keep living. We are more useful alive than dead. We are more useful free than jailed. So we have to stay strong, but we do have to stay legal. I mean, that's not even an option. We are trained fighters on the legal space. We are going to do everything that is in our power to overthrow the dictatorship, basically. I mean, it is what it is right now. Even if I had some doubts like a year ago, now it's just pure dictatorship. I mean, it's going to be hard, but we got to keep pressing on. But leaving the place is a really sad thought, but maybe we're going to have to do it, but not right now. Right now, we have to keep fighting.
I'm just conscientious that you joined us quite late, Leo, so I'll just give you a chance as a final thing. Is there anything on your mind that you want to say about all of this, how you're feeling, my platform is yours.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna steal the show away from the Russian people right now. And I have a few friends in Ukraine that are living there right now, and I'm gonna say I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud that I know such people. I'm very proud that I'm sharing my culture with people who are fighting with their utmost thing. They are fighting a Goliath and are successful at it. And it's just making me proud. And they are doing so while saving their humane face. They are very humanitarian about it. Even if the fighting is still going on, they are still being people and not monsters of war. I am very proud of my brothers in Ukraine, and I gotta say, I want to do everything that is in my power to help them achieve their freedom from such monsters. We are gonna break the fear together. We are gonna break the oppressive system together. We are gonna say no to idiotic imperialism together. And my heart goes to Ukraine right now. That's, I think, all I want to say right now.
I think that's a really good sentiment to end on. And yeah, thank you guys for chatting to me. I really appreciate it. And like I said to the Ukrainian viewers the other day that I spoke to, we're thinking of you down under. We're thinking of the Russian civilians as well down under. So thank you, Dan. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Leo.
Thank you, Ozzy.
Thank you for having us.
No worries. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. See ya.
Yes, yeah.